Well, this is a economic arrangement and has nothing to do with either reunification or independence. I have made very clear at the outset when I was inaugurated almost 2 years ago. On my amendment policy, which is a policy of no unification, no independence, and no support under the framework of the Republic of China Constitution. In other words, I want to maintain the political status quo, and the action to sign an ACFA amendment will contribute to the maintenance of the status quo. And there will be no political language in the text of ACFA, very much unlike CETA, the one signed between mainland China and Hong Kong. No such thing. So words like either one China or one country, two systems, or peaceful reunification whatsoever, political language will not appear in the agreement. This is a purely economic agreement. And if you look at the 12 agreements we have so far signed with the mainland, the format will be largely the same. I believe that the relationship between Taiwan and the mainland, as far as trade and investment are concerned, are mutually beneficial. You see, when you're right that when our investors went to the mainland, the government did not really allow them to do, because we were much afraid that they will encounter many problems. But they went anyway, because after all, we're a free country. There are many, many ways that they could get their capital out of Taiwan. And that is why when you ask me how much is Taiwanese investment on Chinese mainland, the only figure I could give you is just an estimate. People estimate at 70 billion, 100 billion, and sometimes 200 billion. There's really no accurate figure precisely because of that. That's one thing. On the other hand, if you look at the investment and trade, if we take a sort of median figure, 200 billion investment, that has created more than 10 million jobs. That has also generated a lot of tax money to the mainland. But on the other hand, the investors also import a large amount of goods from Taiwan. The total trade surplus of Taiwan with the mainland in the last 20 years exceed $400 billion. So you can see this is really mutually beneficial. As I pointed out earlier, more than 50% of our export to the mainland eventually end up in North American and European markets. Why? Because they want to use the high-end key component and then manufacture into consumer goods to the other markets in the US and Europe. So this has been a very mutually beneficial thing for both sides. And that is why, after so many years of having huge deficit with Taiwan, the mainland seldom complain, because they can always get that sort of back from their trade with the United States and Europe. And this is exactly the case between Taiwan and Japan. We actually suffered from a huge trade deficit with Japan for more than 30 years. But again, the things we import from Japan, we also use for export elsewhere. That's how the trade has been conducted between Taiwan and China, the United States, and elsewhere. So I would say that I don't understand quite the reasoning, but obviously this is something that is mutually beneficial. 不是让利，应该是互利。